Hello and welcome to the Indie Book Show. The last time we saw Emily running around the streets of Peckham introducing the palm oil stain to the members of the public. This week we're going to find out what the response was. Did anybody actually read the book? How do people really feel about the content of the book? We're going to find out right now.
We're in Peckham, and this is where we want to get our reviews. We want to get the public to read the books, when the agents wouldn't. Where do people read? Libraries, cafes, bus stops, laundrettes maybe? Excuse me. Would you mind if I just asked you a few questions for a sec?
Yeah, sure.
We're filming a programme, it's called the Indie Book Show, and it's all about independently published books.
Okay.
And we're just trying to get members of the public in the Peckham area to review this book. It's The Palm Oil Stain, and it's the independently published book of this week's episode. And we're just looking to get your opinion on the cover, the blurb. I mean, how long do you think it would take you to read the first 10 pages?
10 minutes or so.
Well, that's how long it takes an agent to judge a book. So would you mind if I left it with you for...
Sure, I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll come back in like 10 minutes or so.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Cover is very striking. Just makes you think straight away.
Yeah.
Something to do with West Africa.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean the palm oil thing as well. Just the palm oil saying. I think every West African can relate to that because we've got one in every one of our clothes.
Yeah.
And the author.
Yeah, she's written and published the book, so it's not got like a publisher that's like Penguin, none of them.
Yeah.
It's all done by her, so that's the
Purpose.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to get people to review them. It's all about the fact that it's independent.
Seems like a very good book.
Yeah, I mean, based on the blurb, what do you think about like the content? Do you think it'll be?
Yeah, I don't know, because personally, because I'm from Sierra Leone as well,
Yeah.
I reckon I'll just read it anyways,
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I think to someone else, that's probably a Nigerian or something, they'll read it as well because they can relate to it.
Yeah.
Probably just anyone from West Africa as well.
Yeah.
They'll just be interested in reading it.
What do you think about people not from West Africa? Do you think that the cover's like going to catch them?
The cover does appeal to them, but it looks, slightly like a charity kind of appeal kind of thing. Like the ones you see like Red Cross doing or something.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Just something like that.
Yeah, it does look. It's quite emotive, but in that quite.
Yeah. It's sort of in a good way, but the title does catch it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Europeans know about palm oil.
No, I didn't get palm oil until I read the book. No.
I think, I don't think it would catch on. I'm not sure, but they do have like a bit of background knowledge about it.
Yeah.
Then they might want to, read it as well.
So, based on what you've just said about the book, would you mind having a chat with the author? She's here. She's lovely. She won't bite. I mean, having heard what he's had to say about the book, like, do you take on board his thing about the cover and about his interest in the content and that kind of thing?
Yeah. I mean, now that you've met me, what do you think you want to say to me?
I don't know, to be honest, because what was he doing while he was writing the book? What gave you the idea to write the book?
We're always hearing about the child soldiers, but we never hear about the women. And it's the women that pretty much rule a nation. Rule a nation. So depending on how the women suffer, is what they give birth to. So I thought we'd get the women's perspective of the war.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea as well, because having lived there, it's crazy to see that the culture for boys is very different to girls, because as a boy you can just go out in the morning, just find something to eat, go out the whole of the day, come back at 7 o'clock before it gets dark. Your mum won't say nothing. But as a girl, you can't even go out for 30 minutes. If you're not seen for 30 minutes.
Literally?
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to, your parents have to know where you are.
Did you get to read the book?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Hi, thanks. Did you have any opinions on it then?
I mean, the cover is quite, it looks quite sort of like very authentically African. With the picture of the little girl. And, from the blurb, it seems to be like, from the point of view of a young girl, it's actually from someone who's in that war situation.
Yeah, which you can tell from the cover and the West African themes there as well. So.
Yeah. And going through it, the language is quite descriptive. Sort of, you feel like you're in a small village somewhere in Africa.
Yeah.
And it's from her point of view, which is different from other books I've read, which seem to be like from an outsider's point of view. Seems to be quite intimate.
Yeah. So, having read the first 10 pages, if you were told that agents decide whether they want to publish a book or not just by reading the first 10 pages, what do you think about the idea of taking independently published books to the public and getting them to read and review them first? And
I think if it's short enough, if you can do it in 10 minutes, I think members of the public would be willing to look at something and give you their opinion. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, and this is an independently published book.
Okay.
And so knowing that and you're obviously a reader normally of mainstream books.
Yeah.
Do you think they're worth reading? Do you enjoy reading them,
I haven't read many independent published books, but from reading this one, I think, if you had the first 10 minutes to look at it, you'd be able to make up your mind, and I would certainly read this book.
Yeah.
Based on the first few pages that I read, I would.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
And so if you found that book in a bookshop in this area, would you probably go and get it?
This one was, yeah.
And so it's a good idea for us to try and get it into the libraries, the bookshops,
definitely.
in the local area.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Cool, perfect, thanks.
You're welcome, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know what? Receiving criticism and opinions from members of the public about my book is really beneficial to me, because at the end of the day, it's what the public think, because they're my customers. And I challenge you, if you're an author, to try and do the same, because it's just like getting reviews on Amazon from members of the public, except you get to meet your potential customers, and best of all, we get to speak to readers. And now we go to Coming of Page, where we get to hear another child review a book.
And I'm 9 years old. My name is Jessie and I'm 9 years old. The book is Diary of Wimpy and the author is Wimpy. It's about a middle-aged boy who's going to middle school for the first time, and it is set in North America. My favourite character is the main character called Greg Heffley, and my favourite character is Rowley Jefferson because he's extremely funny. I would recommend it to my friends because it's very entertaining and the series is full of different dialects.